When it comes to the game we love, having the right gear makes all the difference.
Gold Line's new curling shoes and brooms are a game changer.
The shoes, unbelievably comfortable.
And the brooms, lightweight and effective, giving you control on every sweep.
When I step onto the ice, I'm not just prepared, I look sharp.
Have you seen these shoes? They are a game changer.
And the brooms, light as a feather.
It's a Gold Line.
It's a Gold Line.
It's a Gold Line.
And is the choice of champions.
Final stone. Does he have it? Yes, he does! What a shot! John Schuster! Oh my goodness! A third of a rock for... That would make sense when I did curl.
Well, we got to not kill that. It's got to just be in the catch zone.
I mean, my gut is like hack to board and just roll 3 feet. 2 feet.
Yeah? Yeah, I think it's probably just hack.
You're always touching the 6.
I don't know that this leaves the 4 foot with hack.
Really good spots for Mouat.
I think John's in a situation where he needs to send one of the red guards back.
Oh, baby.
Yeah, and it's dead nose and just, it's going to go spinning. This actually might catch 2 and just leak back.
This is a full send here.
Okay, so it might, close to dead.
To hammer something.
Extra focus of the players, because sometimes you just couldn't hear yourself thinking, and we needed to like use signs and show what we meant instead of just shouting out a number or like play this hit and roll kind of thing. We had to show everything, so that added another level, I guess, to our game. After that, we've been a little better when the crowd is loud or when you can't hear as well.
Johnson on this one here.
Can't hear yet for line ever.
No, they like line. Now does it have the speed? They like the line. Does it have the speed? They're going hard for line. You have to get by this top yellow. Trevor Johnson leaning on it. He's by it. Now does it stop in time? Has to stop in time. What a shot from Ryland Kleider. We thought it was maybe the hardest option up from the booth, but that's why we're not down there.
I've stood at the pinnacle of curling and battled in the most intense games.
Out on the ice, there's no room for compromise.
And when the pressure's on, every millimeter counts.
It's not just a game.
It's about maximizing performance,
pushing limits,
seizing victory.
When victory hangs in the balance,
I know what I'm relying on.
It's a Gold Line.
It's a Gold Line.
It's a Gold Line.
And it's the choice of champions. And battled in the most intense games.
Out on the ice, there's no room for compromise.
And when the pressure's on, every millimeter counts.
It's not just a game.
It's about maximizing performance,
pushing limits,
seizing victory.
When victory hangs in the balance,
I know what I'm relying on.
It's a Gold Line.
It's a Gold Line.
It's a Gold Line.
And it's the choice of champions.
Last drop.
Yep.
8th in.
Close.
The tie Is it Toronto?
Yep.
Two remain. Undefeated.
Hello, curling fans, and welcome back inside the Mattamy Athletic Center here in Toronto, Ontario, Canada for Home Team Network's continuing coverage of the AMJ Players Championship. It is semifinals Saturday, and we're in for a good one here. It's world number 1, Bruce Mouat, against world number 2, Brad Jacobs, a rematch of the world semifinals. It's going to be a great one, and you got 2 beautiful leads in the booth here for you tonight. John Cullen with you alongside longtime veteran, multiple-time world champion Craig Saville. Savvy, great to have you in the booth here tonight. What are you most looking forward to in this game between Bruce and Brad?
Well, I am really looking forward to this one. It's going to be interesting. I think Jacobs wants some redemption of losing the semifinal to these guys at the Worlds just a few days ago only. And it'll be interesting, though, with a new front end this week to see how they handle this game. And I'm sure Mouat's going to be going after the front end early to try to get the rocks in the right spot and take advantage of that new front end.
Absolutely. So let's take a look at the lineups for the 2 teams, starting with Bruce Mouat, curling out of Stirling, Scotland. Skip is Bruce Mouat. Third, Grant Hardy. Second is Bobby Lammy. And at lead is Hemi McMillan Jr. And on the other side of the sheet, you're going to see, as you said, Savvy, a brand new Team Jacobs here this week, curling out of Calgary, Alberta. Skip is Brad Jacobs. Third, Mark Kennedy. Second is Tyler Tardy, and lead is Connor Negevin. And how hard is that, Sav? I'm sure you've done a little sparing in your time. You come into these slam situations, and obviously those are 2 curlers that have played in slams before, but how hard is it to kind of get with a new team and get on the same page real quick in a really tough environment like the Players?
Yeah, I know. As you said, these guys are all veterans that have been playing at the elite level for a long time, so they're going to gel pretty quick. The issue, though, with the Jacobs team is the two guys are missing. Brett and Ben are integral for communication, sweeping, and strategy as well. And I know they've worked really hard the last couple of years to fine-tune that, and you kind of throw that out the window with these 2 new guys here. So it'll be interesting to see what happens, but obviously successful so far, making it to the semis.
Yeah, no question about it. Bruce Mouat considering a potential corner guard there, but is going to ask Hemi McMillan to come around here. This has been a long stretch of curling for this Team Mouat. Came right from the Worlds directly to the Battle of the Sexes, directly into the Players Championship. And for Hammy, he'll be heading to Nashville this week for the first ever GSOC All-Star game. So it's a busy week for everyone here at Slam.
I'm sure this team is looking forward to this event ending so they can get some rest. Yeah. I know they were pretty happy to be playing, getting a direct buy into the semis for this game so they could get some sleep and enjoy some much-needed rest all day today and get ready for this game.
No question. Looks like we might have a little feed freeze here. There we go.
Clean. Top 8. Clean.
Connor Negevin spending this year with Reed Carruthers. They had a nice run at the Brier, making the 3-4 game there before bowing out. Obviously, Connor and Tyler both having connections to this team. Connor played with Brad Jacobs the last couple of years alongside Reed Carruthers, and Tyler was the 5th for this team that won bronze at the Worlds in Moose Jaw, which you were at, and a nice event for you and the team you coach from Czechia, qualifying for the Olympics. That had to be a nice feeling for you and the guys.
Oh, God, yeah. Yeah, that was goal at the start of the year was actually to come 7th or better at the Worlds and get an Olympic spot. So we achieved both of those, and actually these guys qualified for Tier 2 Slam next year, too, which is very exciting for them. And, you know, just to see the progress in the last year and a half, they've made some huge strides. And now they have 10 months to get ready for the Olympics, too, which is even better. So super exciting for them and the country, too, because it's the first curling team, first men's curling team to qualify for the Olympics. Great.
So there you go. That's awesome. Well, and I think, you know, I'm sure nice position for your team to be into knowing they're in the Olympics. You know, a lot of teams out here will be selected, but a lot will have to go through a grueling trials process. The Americans, the Canadians, the Koreans, it's, yeah, it can be tough. We just try to make it through that, and then you got to go to the Olympics. But like you said, you got almost 10 months to prepare, so that's got to be a good feeling for you and the guys, too.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think they're still in celebration mode in Czechia right now. I don't think they're thinking about next year or curling right now. They're just thinking about the next party, but and good for them, and they should be. So. A couple good freezes here.
I was going to say we're into it right away here. This team, or sorry, this game. These two teams not afraid to get rocks in play, and also not afraid to get rocks out of play. Bobby Lammy, one of the best at these run back shots in the game. Well, he's not throwing a heater here.
No, and they've been doing that quite a bit more often. Is they're throwing it down weight just so they can control that and make sure they're sticking their shooter around. And like these guys are, these run backs that they're throwing now, it's almost like draws for them. They're making run backs and trying hit and rolls with them too. So pretty good shot there. He didn't want to roll that shooter as far, but got that double freeze out of the way.
Yeah, Mouat sitting one with the hammer here. Mouat starting with the hammer by virtue of their round-robin record. They were 4-1, getting the bye to the semis. Jacobs were 3-2 and then beat Epping earlier today, so 4-2 coming into this one. They haven't played here at the Players, but as you said earlier, Sav, two games between Jacobs and Mouat at the Worlds, and Mouat victorious in both of those. The only team to beat Jacobs at the Worlds last week.
And I watched a lot of the Jacobs games at the Worlds, and they just looked unbeatable. They looked like they were on a mission, and just looked like no one was going to beat them. And really, only one team could beat them that week. And you know, unfortunately, that was for them. That was Mouat, and there's not many teams beating Mouat when they're at their best. They are unbelievable. They've got everything.
Yeah, world number one for a reason, and when world number one with a bullet too, really. They're almost 100 points up on Brad Jacobs in second place. So when you talk about world number one and world number two, there is a pretty clear gap there.
Although it is a smaller gap than Homan does have on the rest of the field and the women.
Unbelievable, yeah, we were talking about that earlier. The gap between Rachel in first and I believe it's Silvana in second is 200 points, and that's the same gap as between Silvana in second and Kayla Skurlik in 13th.
Yeah.
So it's, two pretty clear tiers with only one team on it in both the men's and women's sides right now, as Bobby Lammy looks for kind of an angle into this pocket here.
Other way.
Interesting. Really tough. They're keeping it straight now. Two of the best sweepers here out there as well right now. Nice little hit and roll if it sticks around. Oh, that's real good. That's a trouble rock over there for Jacobs. So that's going to stick around all end, I would think.
Yeah, we talked about this earlier, Sav, but when your rock comes to rest and the other skip pauses and stares at the house, you know something went right.
Yeah, absolutely. Jacobs is he likes to take his time when making shots and makes the right wants to make the right decision every time. I guess like every other skip, but he likes some input and he's very deliberate.
One sec here. I like the double and roll. Throw us. Do you have enough for normal?
Yeah.
Throw 10. 10. Throw 10, Mark. Trying to get to 2/3.
I'm guessing there's going to be lots of rocks in play because both teams love to have rocks in play, and that's a detriment to Jacobs only just because of time. They are usually pretty tight on time, and that's a great example right there of how long they took to make this call.
Yeah, almost a minute off the clock for Team Jacobs, they do get a little more time in the slams than they do in the Briar and the Worlds per end, and you get 2 timeouts here instead of 1, so that does help them. But yeah, you're right. Definitely something to keep an eye on as the game goes. Mark playing this quiet weight double, but these houses being a little dead. Does he get rid of both? He does. That's a great shot from Mark Kennedy.
That is a beauty. Yeah, and almost gets around that, rolls for the corner as well. Eliminates a couple of reds.
That's a great shot. And they kind of had to have it. I know it's early, but it was starting to look a little dangerous in there for Team Jacobs.
Sure. Now the only thing is they did remove that one rock that Jacobs was partially frozen to. So now that yellow one is exposed. That's in the 4-foot right now. It looks like these guys are going to probably try to hit and roll behind the corner guard and have sit second and third behind the corner.
First stone for Grant Hardy. And I don't think that's going to roll anywhere close to behind the corner guard. They got no curl out of that at all.
It's shocking. They've had 5 games here. It is running quite a bit straighter to the boards, the inside-out shots. But they got tricked there again. Certainly didn't want to hit the guard, but yeah, that needed to curl another rock.
Yeah, maybe a little more weight than they were expecting, but certainly not enough where you would see it track like that.
Good speed still, eh? Okay, 14.5-ish.
So going to draw around everything here is Mark Kennedy.
Yeah, there's that other red one out in the edge of the 12, but they're not going to hit that just because if you go after, you're not going to be in the rings. And then Mouat goes after shot rockets in the 4-foot, so they're going to play a little aggressive shot and try to whip run around this center guard here. Looks a little heavy right now, though.
I don't know.
Well, plan B here.
Okay. Not bad.
Not the ideal spot. It's
Not bad, Mark.
almost a double, maybe not quite. Play a soft waiter, maybe get around that guard and get both of those yellows moving.
I think so, yeah. I think for Mouat, the sort of strategy here is to try and make that red one in the 12-foot come into play at some point. So this would be a step in that direction.
Got to get real close to that guard to make this double, or just going to the yellow's just going to jam.
Oof, they do not get by those guards by much, eh?
Just by, and can he get it enough? Not quite. Good shot, but a little bit more weight there, a little more curl. We can't really curl much more past. He went through the guard there, so maybe not quite there.
Yeah, we talked about that a lot
I was thinking 12
over the course of the year with this Mouat team. Just the sweeping is so interesting. Even with that up weight, they feel very comfortable going off and on for the carve. They clean peels. We've seen that before too. Like, oh yeah, just clean. Like when they're playing like a run back double, you know, there's no panic. And yeah, to your point, Craig, just barely making it past that guard.
Sure, and you know, Bruce has such a great eye on the lines.
Yeah.
On the curling sheet, and he just knows that there's a lot of times they're carving it, and I'm thinking it's going to hit the guard, and it just gets by. He just he knows his sweepers and knows the ice so well. He can be confident with his sweeping calls.
Clean it. Curl.
First stone here for Brad Jacobs in the first. Oh, can't rack the guard. Oh no.
That looked like it might have jumped there. Might have maybe grabbed a little something. The handle seemed to change on him there.
Yeah, it just seemed as soon as Connor Negavin's broom went down, it jumped towards the guard. They did call for curl. It wasn't
10-5.
Wasn't Connor just sort of calling an audible, but now this is real trouble for Brad Jacobs. This is going to bring that red stone in the 12-foot into play. They'll be lying 3 and no obvious double for Brad to get out of it either.
No, and there's no real good hit and rolls either. I mean, he has that hit on the one that's on the center line. Try to get that behind the center guard. That might be his only out right now.
Okay, so do you want to try and lie show? We're close.
Just talking about where to roll this this hit right now. They've got a couple options. They can hit and roll to the outside, just in case Brad tries this skinny double that the red one would jam on that red that's just outside the rings, or rolling towards the center to make the double really, really hard.
So Bruce Mouat, chance to get something going here in the first end, looking to hit and lie 3.
Clean. Clean. Straight.
Wants a slight roll to the inside, and he will get it. And so now for Brad Jacobs, this is tough. He's said same shot, so I guess he's going to try to roll behind the yellow.
The guard and get shot. Oh yeah, you can get shot. No, you're right. We'd be shot. It's close.
This is one thing that happens quite often I see on this team is, Brad has something in mind and he starts skating down to the other end, and then Mark comes up with another plan, and then Brad's going back down again. And, if they're looking to save some time, that's what I'd be looking at is saying, why don't we make a decision and then just let it go? And it always seems to be there's something in Mark's back of his head that he wants to say only when Brad's gone.
Last rock for Brad Jacobs, needs to make a hit and roll to try and avoid a big early score for Bruce.
Big shot right off the bat. The first end here.
Clean, curl.
Connor Negevin trying to bring this one over. You have to get any inside roll you can here. And unfortunately, that's pretty much right on the nose for Brad Jacobs. So this is going to be an open hit for 3 for Bruce Mouat.
Yeah, an ideal situation in the first end for Bruce. Just an open hit to score a big 3 on Jacobs to start the game.
Got a little fresh curl on your first with the carve, that's all. Sorry, man. Hey, it's all good. Yep. I don't know.
So just how Jacobs rock ran there, I'm pretty sure his first one must have picked to hit the guard there. It didn't run the same.
So final stone in the first end for Bruce Mouat. A 3 is in the offing if he can make this nose hit.
Clean.
Calling Hammy on right away. Thought he might have softened it out of his hand, but looks okay.
Clean. Curl. Right there.
And that early panic for not really any reason. Bruce Mouat pokes that out the back, and it will be 3 on the board for the world champs. We'll see if Brad Jacobs can find their way back in it right after this.
The 2025-2026 Grand Slam of Curling schedule is out, with big events happening all over Canada, like the Masters heading to London in September, the Tour Challenge from Nisku this October, the Canadian Open from Saskatoon in December, and the Players' Championship from Steinbeck coming in January. Early bird weekend and full event passes on sale now at gsoctickets.com. Let's rock!
Are you happy here?
The dream start for Bruce Mouat. Got an unfortunate miss from Brad Jacobs on his first, made him pay. They're out to an early 3-0 lead, and obviously, Craig, you don't want to give up 3 in the first end to any team, but I feel like if there's any curling team I don't want to give up 3 to, it's Bruce Mouat. That's a tough hill to climb.
Yeah, they're number 1 for a reason, and they don't miss a lot of shots, and they are amazing at run backs and doubles and triples. So this is a tough one to come back, but if you're going to give up 3 to this team, you want to give it up in the first end, because then you have 7 ends to come back.
the maximum amount of time possible for sure. That is the one positive working in Team Jacob's favor.
Yeah, I like to work on positives, and
smart.
Hey,
that's your coaching brain right there.
You know what? If I was in the group huddle and in between ends, I'd say, "Hey guys, perfect time to give up a 3."
We've got a historic night here at the Players' Championship. All 4 games available in streaming and with commentary. We've got Yannick Schwaller facing Matt Dunstone with Brent and Isabella Lang on the call. Beside them, it's Rachel Homan and Unjung Kim with Chelsea Carey and Tyler George. And on the far sheet, it's Anna Hasselborg versus Silvana Tiranzoni with John Morris and Ryan Fry. So great commentary teams here on Home Team Network. We've got the full house if you want to watch all 4 at once, or if there's a particular game you want to see. That's what's going down here tonight. But the first time we've ever had commentary on all 4 draws. That's just how we roll at the Slams. We're just doing new stuff all the time and making it happen. And it's a pleasure to be here with you, Craig, and a pleasure to be a part of this crew. It's been a blast, and what better way to finish it off here than a true full house?
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, you know what? What an amazing time right now for curling fans to be able to watch any game at the Slam being streamed. Free of charge as well.
Yep.
And I know my wife is losing her mind because she's saying, where was this 20 years ago when when she had to just, keep refreshing line scores to figure out how we were doing, and that's it. But now curling fans and family friends can just turn on YouTube and watch any game they want.
So 2 in the middle for Hammy McMillan and a double corner for Connor Negevin.
Shots.
Yeah, so this pretty typical here of double corner guards, 2 in the house, and then the center guard's going to go up there. Going to probably try to guard that the one that's biting the top 4, just so that there's no double as well.
We're a little narrow as well. Really close to top 12. Still a little narrow. Top 12. Okay. Probably split in the center. Okay,
buddy. You should be almost top 12. Very close to tight now.
Looks like this one just stops in time.
Yeah, good shot from Bobby Lammy, and Brad Jacobs again going into contemplation mode here.
Like hitting that once.
Good hit and roll.
Yeah, you could do that.
Yeah,
sure. Board.
A couple options. Looks like they're going to try to remove that one in the center, try to roll behind the 2 corner guards, and also might be able to get the ones in the house just slightly moving around. You just really want to tap those back. Rocks in the house are in the favor for Jacobs right now.
Curl. Clean. Curl. Straight. Roll. Oh, you're good. Very nice.
Very nice from Tyler Tardy.
Yeah, real good.
Former multiple-time world junior champion.
So you watch Tardy, he flips his hat around when he throws, more aerodynamic, and then flips his hat around frontwards when he's sweeping. So we caught him. We're playing his game yesterday, and we caught him a few times where he hadn't flipped it. and I talked to him, and I just said, hey, you weren't mentally in the game. You weren't flipping your hat back and forth. So that's something to watch for this game. He keeps flipping his hat around.
I saw people on Reddit suggesting you play a drinking game where every time he flips his hat around, you take a shot, and then you're dead by the 4th.
Oh, Jesus. Yikes. Well, it looks like trying the double here. Real short run back. Get 2 yellows moving.
That wasn't what they were looking for.
Not quite, but that yellow, it's that high yellow guard is really not in play right now. It's curling so much out here, even to the wings.
Just tapping this to leave a pocket.
That's wide open right now, so
you like that?
Not too much concern for Bruce.
So back 4, back 8. Clean.
All right, little extra. Back 12.
Curl.
Weight's good.
Back curl. Clean. Clean.
Coming down.
Yep. Clean. Whoa. Whoa. Yep. Whoa, whoa.
He's coming down here. I think just trying to tap these to set up a pocket so they can't remove the yellows. He needs to curl, though.
Yeah, needs a little weight. Needs a little weight, too. Moves it, but not quite creating a pocket, I don't think. No. And there might be a double here for Bobby Lammy, or sorry, Grant Hardy.
In quarter. You can just hit roll to here.
Oh, Grant's... Grant was at the Worlds. He was unbelievable.
Yeah,
he was so good. Lammy sort of struggled in sort of the middle of the Worlds, which was perfect because we were playing him at that time. I like to say we put him in a bit of a tailspin, but the tailspin was for a few games. But Grant really picked up his game and was unbelievable all through World Championships.
So not trying to double here, just trying to hit and roll kind of beside this yellow stone. Yeah, Grant, great player and so good at these types of shots. Just the down weight, hit and rolls, it's what makes this Mouat team tick. That unfortunately rolled a little further than they wanted it to, but I don't think it's in a horrible spot.
No, it does leave a freeze opportunity right now. So they won't be able to get rid of one of the yellows. That was the only problem with rolling too far there, is just setting up that little pocket. Jacobs doesn't care that Mouat's sitting 2 in the forefoot right now. Those can be easily removed later on. He's just trying to protect Yellow Rocks from leaving the house.
Good weight. Good weight, weren't you? Would like to not really tap anything here.
This is a pretty cool matchup right now with Grant versus Mark. 2 of the best thirds in the game right now.
Yeah, you heard Brad say they don't want to move anything here. This is maybe a little slightly heavier than they wanted, but pretty good spot.
Yeah, it looks like I probably jinxed him there because it looks like those yellows go now. It's the commentator's curse, eh? Once you say someone's good, they're guaranteed to miss.
It does happen. I've been known to curse a player or two.
I'll throw for 2/3. Sorry, guys. Good sweep.
So we're going to see some heat here coming from Grant Hardy, trying to, might be able to see all 5 rocks go here. Certainly 4 of them.
Well, if you guys could sweep it a little more aggressively for line, it might have been okay. Hard.
And just like that, wow, actually saves 2 of the reds. Really good shot from Grant Hardy.
That red almost spun into line 3, actually.
I know.
Yeah, what a great shot. That was a beauty. And now Jacobs not many places to hide now, and so they're going to try this hit and roll behind that red that's biting the top 8. It's going to leave Mo with just a 2-foot run back, but that's really all they have right now.
Curl.
This has to curl.
Straight. Yeah, straight. Straight.
Calling the audible here, going to try and roll behind that high corner. They were trying to roll the other way.
Good.
Yeah, these guys have practiced so much of doing the set that you just can't do that when you're going inside out. It's that's deadly out there. It's runs so straight comparatively for the inside out ones. They just have to get in their heads. They cannot do that a little push at the end. That was actually same as the Worlds last week. It wasn't curling as much. You couldn't be setting it and just it coming back. It had to be a bit of a softer release, and it took some teams, a few draws to figure that out. But yeah, it was certainly different than playing in slams or Europeans or past World Championships.
Really hard, Tommy. Really curling. Hard.
Hammy McMillan trying to hold this. Don't want to roll out here. And that'll be fine, just right on the nose.
So with all the success with Mouat, is Hammy keeping that hairstyle?
I think that must be what it is. Yeah, he
probably can't get that cut anymore, or he kind of got to keep it dying.
Yeah, that's a tough problem to have.
Yeah,
if you have to keep that haircut.
That's a tough one. That's all summer now too. I mean, if they go on to win this event.
Well, he did post an Instagram story. He got it refreshed before the Worlds.
Okay.
And he captioned it one more time. So maybe, again, a superstition based on how well they've been playing this year. He thought, okay, for the Worlds, I'll refresh it. But maybe he was suggesting that next year, it's gone.
Yeah, I don't. Well, listen, you win the Worlds and you go win the Players and have a year that they did. You can't get different hairstyles.
I don't think
you have to keep that.
I don't think so. I agree. Especially if they win this slam, it'll be 4 out of 5 slams this year that they've won.
Yeah. Because of his hair.
Because of his hair.
100%.
Strictly because of his hair. Yep.
I thought I liked
That's tough. But you know, iconic look.
Mine's good.
Yeah. You know what? Maybe there'll be a bunch of Scottish curlers back in Scotland getting that hairstyle over this summer.
Connor's rock, no bounce on this line.
So trying for the freeze here is Brad Jacobs, his first. Trying to get something going here in this game. Gave up a 3 in the first end and trying to find a 2 here, but that's not going to do it, I don't think.
Perfect weight, just didn't curl enough. That's what do we see in 3 or 4 shots? That's 4 shots now of uncurled, undercurled, inside out.
I don't really have a great map. It's just this changes every game.
So interesting. If you just heard Mark there, he says I don't have a great map of the ice right now. It keeps changing every game. So maybe not as consistent as it normally is here. This building has always been tricky. The time of year as well, of April, of snow, rain, sunshine. Who knows?
Yeah, the weather did take a turn today. It was a little cooler this week, but got up to +10 today, and we got a lot of fans in the building, and so that can all be a factor. But
some bananas are sitting front row
yes,
too.
Exactly.
So.
They might be affecting the surface. Last rock here for Bruce Mouat. Just got to make this yellow one go away. You'd love to stick your red to force Brad Jacobs, and how about that?
Yeah, that's real.
Or stick them both, make them draw against 3 instead of 2.
Yeah, so draw the 8-foot here. This is they practiced this before the game to get the ice warmed up and get used to the ice. So this is a path that they should know. Just need full 8 here for the one.
Sweet for tea.
We got it yesterday.
She said there's something about it. It's like, oh no, that's just
Final stone for Brad Jacobs. Facing 3, needs full 8-foot for the single.
got a little less to it. Hard for me to believe you can
sweepers,
hurt that.
like it's always a good thing when the sweepers are kind of just dusting in and looking up and down.
Play the weight.
Yeah, this looks pretty much perfect, made out of the hand for Brad Jacobs. So 1 on the board for the Canadians, but Bruce Mouat will take a 2-point lead and the hammer into the 3rd.
Okay, let's get a
Every day you go new places. A small change in how you do things, or moving your things to a whole new town, or many things to many towns all at once. No matter how small the move, it can be a big leap from where you are now. You've got it in you to go new places. So do we. We go there every day. We're here to help you move to places on the map, in the mind, in the heart, or all 3.
Go new places with AMJ Campbell. Contact us at 888-AMJ-MOVE or amjcampbell.com.
I think you're
Okay, line's good, boys.
So another good end for Bruce Mouat in firm control of the second and of this game. They lead 3-1 with the hammer, and we talked about it after the first end, Craig, that this is maybe a tough hill for Jacobs to climb. If Mouat could ever get 2 here, you don't love to talk about game over this early, but we could be approaching that if Mouat were able to pull it off.
Yeah, well, that last end, it was just, textbook Mouat, that if you give them an inch, then they'll take it. And Mark was a little heavy on his freeze, and gave him an opportunity to make a double, and that was the end. So, you know, Jacobs is kind of behind the 8 ball right now, and they've got to take some chances. They got to throw up a couple center guards here and kind of go after them and take chances to almost lose the game right away. They got a nice advantage there, though, with Hammy coming up short, just going top 12 here. He wanted that one buried top 4. So good opportunity here for Jacobs.
I think they're going to call the double center here for Connor Negevin. No, they've got that stagger there whenever they decide to come in.
You got to be like so high.
So high, so he just knows Lammy's going to be coming up soon, and he licks his chops for these double peels, and he seems like he makes more than he misses.
Definitely, yeah.
And there's a bit of an angle there now too, so they'll be pretty happy with that.
They're actually going to tick. It looks like confirmed by Brad Jacobs that didn't quite make it to the center line. So Hammy McMillan going to play the tick here, and that's unfortunate for Team Jacobs.
Yeah, that's if it's on the center line, then it can be moved around. It's interesting. Leeds aren't throwing this as much as they used to, but they certainly practice this one because it's a huge shot if you get the opportunity. And looks like that was perfectly executed too.
Yeah, Bobby Lammy trying to massage this one into the rings even, and got pretty darn close.
Real close. Nice little spin at the end almost there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Brad's going to he's going to throw up another center here because they've now got they only have one center guard and a corner guard, which is benefiting Bruce right now. So throw up a center and hope he misses a couple double peels.
Like just over.
We're very good, yeah.
Bobby never misses these. Attaboy.
Oh, well executed, nice and high, and lined up perfectly.
Shot, Ty.
Yeah, good shot from Tyler Tardy. We're going to see I think just the straight peel here from Bobby Lammy. Bruce is probably, they said, oh, if we can get that yellow on the way by, but you don't want to go too hard for this because you never want to chunk it and have it roll back towards the center.
Good shot, Ty.
So single peel or you just clip this yellow on the way by is the call here for Bobby. I think that's just going to go right through the hole.
Just a single peel, and there go the bananas in the crowd. Loving those peels.
The Banana Boys, I believe, Sav, you were an honorary Banana Boy last night.
I was, yeah. It's a very exciting crew there. Every time there's a peel, they jump up and yell peel, and then yell out the guy's name too, whoever threw it. So yeah, pretty exciting. It's neat to have some fans out there like that to rile up the crowd and get some noise out there.
Great.
I know the players love it too.
Totally.
Yeah.
Well, we were saying that last night. You know, it's I was chatting with someone about that, and I think it was Ryan Fry actually, and we were just saying, you know, how seldom the players get any kind of specific shout out from the crowd, that, you know, you just make a simple peel and the players are getting huge smiles on their faces and just like, oh yeah, it's nice to be recognized as a second or whatever.
Well, you know what, like it, you know, I know WWF and, you know, is fake and everything, but listen, you know what they do right is they have, the fans are loud, they've got signs, people dress up. Like, that would be great for curling fans to be doing that, and we should be, you know, encouraging that, and the Bananas are out here doing it, and hopefully it gets some more people out here. And listen, I even like boos out there. Why not? It's like, if you got a favorite team, the hometown crowd, why not boo when another team makes a shot or misses a shot or whatever? As long as they're not doing it in the hack to the players,
yeah, I agree.
Then I'm okay with that. Well, a rare miss right there. Real close to the double peel, but keeps both center guards in play.
Just wrapping through the hole here.
We've got lots of guards in play now, so I think Jacobs is going to try to throw one in top 4 here. Buried.
You like the in?
Okay. Same dry through in the... Just a little more.
Yeah, Mark Kennedy going to try to navigate this port here on his in turn.
Yeah, just wherever the broom looks good to.
I played with a lefty, and it's just so confusing. They turn it out, turn it out. It's a flip of who's in the hack. And
give you a little more, Mark.
He's good here, fellas.
Now, this is a big shot here. You wreck on the guard, and you're going to see a whole bunch of guards disappear. So this is a big one. You want this right in the top 4, fully buried. Right behind that yellow one would be ideal.
Curl, lead. Line's good. Curl, row.
Navigated the port.
Yep. Okay, whoa.
Tyler Tardy trying to bring it over here, and that's pretty good from Mark Kennedy.
That is real good. I mean, if we're looking at things maybe a little deep, but at this point, it doesn't really matter. They just wanted one buried somewhere in the 4-foot button area.
Grant Hardy looking for the double peel. Oh, no, yeah, the run back double, rather.
Curl.
Ooh, and another miss, and kept the guard out there, too.
That was the worst possible miss.
Covering it. That is 2 misses you don't see very often from this team.
Where's the best spot? Here? It's pretty good there, I think.
Yeah, it even might cut down their ability to run that red one in, too.
Okay, good.
Yeah, so it looks like there is still a hole between the high red and the short red guard. So they're going to get Mark to put up a guard between there.
Geez, I think that's minimum. A little more. It's going to be a little fresh, I think. Yeah, I like that. 3 guards.
So right there, moving the broom around the last sort of couple of shots, just signals to me that they're not all on the same page of what the ice is doing right now. And I mean, it is just the third end, and they've talked about the ice changing, every draw. So they've got to get that figured out if they're going to come back in this game.
It's definitely deeper than they wanted it.
Yeah, like it
does the job, though, I think.
Covers the hole, except there's a pretty easy double peel. And that red one is coming back. It'll be interesting to see where that goes. The red guard on the left. And watch the one in the top 12 there. See if it nestles on that one.
If you hit it exactly right, you might be able to drive it back and keep it in the house.
Or at least touch that red, and maybe it's going back to that yellow one too and redirect it over.
Yeah. So we'll see what Grant Hardy comes up with here.
Clean, Carl. Clean.
Yeah, they're certainly not whipping it.
Whoa.
Just like that. And does it dead line up? Wow, that is just so good.
If you would have whipped that, though, there goes the yellow.
True.
Maybe. That's
maybe.
A lot harder.
A lot harder, but you do get the, it's directly lined up now. So
absolutely, yeah. So is that a great shot, or is that just bad luck for Jacobs? What is that?
That's a great shot.
Okay.
That's a planned shot. Like you said, they're playing the controlled weight. They wanted to keep that around. I mean, I don't know if you can plan to exactly line it up on the back yellow, but that was by design. That was no fluke.
Sure. No, absolutely. They're trying to definitely get that one in the house.
We're never
absolutely.
throwing a guard, eh?
Well, those are lined up so good.
So they're lined up to me to... I mean, they are lined up. His red's going to be deep.
So the problem is now you can't guard the yellow because those reds are lined up on the yellow, so it's an auto hit to remove that yellow.
Even the top one.
So they've got to look at bringing another rock into the house.
You got to be trying to sit 2.
Trying to sit 2 right now, I think, is what you want to do.
Yeah, this is
I like
real
your
ugly
idea,
situation here for Team Jacobs, kind of out of nowhere.
Hitting the back one just looks too hard.
You could hit those reds. You could hit one of the reds.
To make this good, you're hitting half a rock.
And try to spill into lie 2 so that those aren't lined up and you remove one of the reds. It does get a little scary once you throw one in. That red guard is so high right now. If you bury one behind it, Team Mouat can just come around and hit it with hack weight. So
I like the top one because the back one looks tough.
Looks like they're going to try to hit that top red one and roll over somewhere in the 8-foot.
We are.
And try to lie two.
Try to lie two, yeah.
Right? Yeah, hit the weight and throw it there. We'll see what happens. Try to call it right.
Sometimes that's it. Well, we'll throw the weight, just get it close, and we'll just see what happens.
See what happens,
See
yeah.
what happens.
Put some pressure on Mark to call the sweeping right.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
I like it.
Yeah. I'm going to do my job. We'll see what he does down there.
That's right. We saw another set out of Jacobs there, and they are trying to carve this to get it over.
Clean, straight, straight, straight.
Watch the roll.
Shooter,
Yep.
shooter, shooter. Whoa,
whoa, whoa, whoa.
Real good.
Yeah, really good.
Yeah, that's the best you could hope for.
Yeah, line two and no obvious double. Very nice from Brad Jacobs, and a good carve from Tyler Tardy as well. Brought that a long way over.
I'm trying to hug you. I think rolling dead in the middle of the hole is perfect. There's no in-off off of it.
So a couple things here. They could hit shot rock right now and try to roll behind that yellow. You're going to either give Jacobs a run back on his top 8 one, or he might have a double as well. You could also hit the shooter, that yellow one that's top 8 right now, and lie second and third.
Hard for my mouth. I wanted to be able to make that double. You had a quarter rock double to get out of the end, and you hit a 16th of it and just ticked it over.
So it's interesting. You're just hearing both teams go back and forth right now. What happens if these guys do this? What happens if they do that? And they're trying to plan ahead of what options they're going to have.
One thing I've learned over the years is these types of
straight under or over roll.
Eventually flip around.
Okay.
So it looks like they're going to hit shot rock and try to roll over to sort of the back 4, back 8 area. Spread out the red one, so
he's trying to roll under.
It's a little bit tougher. Oh, they're just
half stone.
You might have a little chase to sit too.
Yeah, maybe a chase bump.
Looks like they just switched the call. Are they playing the yellow double now?
Yeah, it must be. I don't know what else it would be here. They did talk about this. It would lead to a blank if you make it, most likely. Or that's what you're hoping anyway. So yeah, I guess maybe one of those, Bruce got down to the hack, figured he could see a little bit more of that yellow stone than he thought from the other end. So here we go, first rock for Bruce Mouat.
Straight! Whoa! Straight! Whoa! Yep.
Just like that. Just like that. Made it look easy. I'm a little shocked that they didn't try for something to try to score multiple points in this end. Jacobs, he makes a hit and roll behind one of these. They're high guards, but they can still force Mouat to take one this end.
Yeah, maybe for Bruce, it's just didn't want to give up a potential steal try. You're up 3-1. You're in control here. Getting one here is not the end of the world.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
10.5. Realistically, I think I like low 10.
And I mean, if Jacobs misses this by, just a couple of inches, then there's going to be a blank attempt as well. So this has to be perfect.
Thin half will be close here.
Last rock, Brad Jacobs. Third end trailing by 2, trying to get a hit and roll and maybe get a little force out of Bruce Mouat here. Tyler Tardy on this right out of the hand.
Clean, yep, whoa, yep, whoa, roll it, you gotta roll it.
Let me know here.
Keep going.
And I think that's chaseable for Bruce. He may not want to, but
not quite, eh?
I think there'll be room in the hole here. Oh yeah, that's chaseable. It's not easy.
I mean, he just threw the hole, but yeah, you're right. He's probably he has to throw the other turn now.
Oh, great shot.
Yeah, it's probably a little ugly through the hole.
It is, but Bruce likes it, so. This is playing with confidence here, Craig. This is not easy.
I guess when you slide really straight and throw really straight, then it's not a big deal.
Not a big deal, that's for sure, yeah. So here we go. Final stone, Bruce Mouat needs to navigate this tricky port for a blank.
Whoa, yep, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Oh, just like that.
Too easy. That shot is just so much harder than they make it look, but gets it right through the hole. Gets the blank, so the score will remain the same. Mouat will keep the hammer into the fourth.
Let me say what's best for me, to feel at ease, to feel happy. Lovely weather with the breeze, the simplest things. Sad love.
Rio Mare. Great taste needs little. Prime quality tuna and selected olive oil. Rio Mare, the real taste of Italy.
Close. What do you think?
That was one of the more stylish blanks you'll ever see from Bruce Mouat. Makes a really tough double through the port, then makes the blank attempt through the same port, but the other way. And so it is still 3-1 Bruce Mouat leading with the hammer here in the fourth end. And Sav, we were just talking about it in the break. This Bruce Mouat team just so confident, and I really liked what you said even before Bruce took his last attempt. And you know, you've sat on the coach's bench when Bruce is playing. I got a chance to do that this week, the Battle of the Sexes, and one thing that really amazed me, you don't often see the team slide from behind, right? When you're watching on TV, you just see the front angle and whatever. And one thing that really impressed me watching Bruce slide from behind is he is so straight every time. Like, he is so square and so straight. There's no fishtail, there's no nothing. He is just dialed, locked onto the broom every time, and I think that's what allows him to make so many tough shots.
Oh, 100%. So, like, that's what the Scottish program has been working on so hard, is these guys sliding dead straight, throwing it the exact same. And they are the straightest throwers on tour, and by a mile. And it's not close. All four of them. And it allows them to do those shots and allows them to throw shots and know right away the ice or weight and how it's curling, because they're all throwing exactly the same and they're throwing it so straight. And that's just the confidence that you can go through holes like that. Like, not a lot of players will play that shot up 3-1. They'll just take their one because they don't want to give up a steal. But you know, as you said, when you slide that straight and throw it so straight, why not?
Well, I think it's interesting too, like you said, they all throw the same, but they don't. Like, their deliveries are all different. You know, Grant chokes the broom up quite high. Bruce is actually quite square and tall when he's sliding out. Hammy and Lammy have maybe a little bit more of just the traditional slide. But yeah, they've really found a way, even with 4 separate deliveries, to get the rock going the same way every time, and it's very impressive.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. They look different, but the results, if you know, and they'll practice this with a couple rocks halfway down the sheet, and you know, just enough room for a rock to go through, and they'll throw that, you know, a peel weight or a draw weight through that, and they'll all get through it with the exact same ice. And that's what you want. You can make yourselves look a little bit different, but if the results are always the same for all 4 players, I mean, that's what's important.
I don't mind that. Just out-turn to the button.
So a good start here again for Mouat. They've got the staggered guard up with their rock on the forefoot. Tyler Tardy going to try and follow it down. We'll give you an update on the other games out here, all the other semifinals. Matt Dunstone leading Yannick Schwaller 3-2. Dunstone with a 3 in the second end to take the lead in that one, as I believe I just saw Benoit Schwarz Van Berkel make a blank. So it's still 3-2 heading into the fourth. Schwaller with the hammer. Rachel Homan is wanting Unjung Kim to death. One in the first, one in the second, one in the third. They lead 3-0. Kim with the hammer in 4. And Hasselborg and Tirinzoni just wrapping up the third end. I'll give you an update on that one in a second. Once the score loads, that's a pretty good shot there from Tyler Tardy.
Yeah, they just rubbed on that yellow rock in the top 8. If they didn't, that yellow rock would be dead frozen on the one on the button. But just unlucky rubbing and coming off there.
So that's a single for Anna Hasselborg in the third. So that one is tied 2-2. Tirinzoni with the hammer. They're playing 4.
Just a single peel there. You know, I think Bruce will be happy with a few single peels for a little bit here.
Right now, local volunteers, including those from TMU and the University of Toronto curling teams, are passing donation buckets as part of our
So the Bruce is in a pretty good position. You know, line 1 right now, but eventually Jacobs is going to come around and move his yellow ones around. Especially that one that's sort of sitting on the button, sort of freezing to it and just tapping it back a few inches, and then would put some pressure on Mouat.
3-4.
But he's got to wait a few because he can't start playing in the house just yet because these guys bomb it so much. He'll be they got to avoid the doubles and triples for a few rounds here. So another attempt run back here, trying to get it onto that red rock that's top 8 right now.
I think so, Mark. Yep.
Which would then knock out the yellow that's top 8.
Leave.
And just like that, and rolls for a corner guard too.
Yeah, too good, Bobby Lammy.
That's what a beauty! Like what a weapon you at second.
Now.
And
right.
you know that second position. You used to say you had your worst player at second, but
Brent Lang.
Yeah, Brent Lang was a great example of that. Yeah, we hit him for years.
How does that look?
But it's if you have an average second right now, you get in so much trouble because you need a second that can run those peels back and run those doubles to open up things. And
we're at the stage of the game, I feel like, where your second kind of has to be as good as your third, really.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, your lead is still the most important position.
Of course,
in my mind.
Obviously, yeah. You don't get the end set up and you're screwed, and also they're the best looking, and they do sort of connect the whole fabric of the team together.
Yeah, usually the best sweeper too.
Yeah,
so I mean,
funniest, best personalities as well.
Absolutely.
No doubt about that.
But it was always the case on the teams I played on. Anyways.
Oh, for sure. I mean, I'm just thinking about that Glenn Howard team right now. I mean, you're the best looking, and it's not close.
Yeah.
Kind of needed that.
I've got the most hair anyways on the team.
Easily the most. You had more hair than probably the 3 of them put together, so that's helpful.
That's the one thing I got going for me right now.
Yeah. Well, that's also why you had to play lead. You can't be good at curling unless you're bald.
Sure.
So that's why the leads always have a great head of hair. Hammy McMillan could never be a skip with what he's got going on there.
No.
There's no lack of curl there, though.
So they were trying to come in and sort of tap their yellow and surround that red on the button, but it comes up a little short for Mark Kennedy. So it's just a run double here for, or not run double, just a double for Grant Hardy.
And there
Love to stick that red. It doesn't quite, but
nice and easy. So
still a great shot from Grant Hardy. And now Jacobs has to decide if he wants to just ride out a blank or get aggressive here.
Yeah, I think you should play the double here. There's not a great opportunity for a steal with just one corner guard up right now. Looks like they'll play this double and probably just wait for the next end to get a steal opportunity.
So here comes the double try for Mark Kennedy, and if made, I think we will be on the expressway to Blanksville.
You're good.
And indeed, that's made. We might see, well, I'm pretty sure we'll see an aggressive attempt at the roll here for Grant Hardy. So it's not completely guaranteed to be a blank yet, but certainly looking that way.
Yeah, no, this is, you're kind of just looking for a soft deuce now of, make one hit and roll and miss a run back and you've got your deuce set up. But it's a good position for Bruce to be in right now because there's just no trouble right now for a steal. So that guard is only guarding the 8-foot over on the side, so he'll always have that 4-foot open.
Whoa, curl, straight, hard roll, hard.
They won't quite get there. Good try.
Well, they were certainly making it sound like it was closer than it really was.
Yeah.
That had to roll quite a bit more. I think they're kind of giggling at each other right now. That, I heard a clean in there a couple feet before the rock, and not close.
I think that's Hammy giving it to Grant and Bruce a little bit there for exactly that reason.
Yeah.
Sorry, Bruce. We'll get some nice curl.
Well, they'll try for a hit and roll here for Brad. Try to get behind the guard now. This will be maybe a force opportunity at least if he can get this behind the corner guard. See if he's learned his lessons about the inside out here.
Yeah, exactly.
I hate to talk about it all game, but they got to make a shot inside out here.
Yeah. You can keep talking about it until they make one, I think.
Right.
Clean. Yep. Clean. Whoa. Clean.
First stone, Brad Jacobs.
Curl.
Fourth end.
Curl. Roll.
Nope.
Sorry, guys.
A little inch, but not enough.
Yeah, it took the weight off on that one too, Sav. Wasn't much more than hack.
No, and
still didn't get the movement.
Might be maybe a little bit straighter inside out today. Just like they didn't hate it all the way down, and it just wasn't finishing it all for him.
I like your clean call.
So interesting here is, Bruce has a couple options. He can hit and roll behind the corner, but he would be just top 12, or he rolls out into the open. So if he rolls behind the corner, does Jacobs at this point go around everything?
Yeah, I think that's why he's rolling away here.
Yeah.
They're happy with where the scoreboard's at. Take the hammer into the fifth end with a 2-point lead. They'll be happy with that.
Sure, blank's a good situation for them there. More ends they can kill, the better.
Yeah, so this will be a roll away from the corner guard here for Bruce Mouat.
Yep. Hard. You gotta roll as hard as you can.
Curled a little more than they were expecting. They were hoping to roll kind of into the 12-foot on the other side. So Brad Jacobs will have a chance to roll buried here.
Yeah, getting a second chance at rolling this one. And again, this better be perfect, or as we've seen, if Bruce can see anything at all, then he's going to attempt the peel.
Yeah, no question.
And the blank. Oh, great crowd out here again for a Leafs game night too, a Saturday night.
Yeah, packed Saturday night here at the Mattamy Athletic Center. And I believe it's going to be busy again for the finals tomorrow.
Clean. Yep. Hard tie.
Tyler Tardy trying to hold this one.
Hard, Tyler. Go. Hard.
Trying to hold it.
Keep going. Stay with it.
Will it roll too far?
Good try, Brad.
Yes, it will, right out of the rings. So it's a free blank here for Bruce Mouat.
Good sweep.
Well, it looks like Brad went for it that time. He wasn't going to underroll that time. I think he went for it knowing if we don't make this roll, it's going to be a blank anyway. So kudos to him for going for it.
I'll be thrown through the house. We'll put another couple zeros on the board, and we're going to take a 3-minute break. Bruce Mouat leads 3-1.
Every day you go new places. A small change in how you do things, or moving your things to a whole new town. Or many things to many towns, all at once. No matter how small the move, it can be a big leap from where you are now. You've got it in you to go new places. So do we. We go there every day. We're here to help you move to places on the map, in the mind, in the heart, or all three.
Go new places with AMJ Campbell. Contact us at 888-AMJ-MOVE or amjcampbell.com.
When you've conquered another game, a long day, a job well done, and the final work call, we're your place. Come as you are and fit in comfortably. Mr. Mike's. Eat locally, enjoy casually.
Close. Sorry? Mine's good. Always Tyler's. Yep.
Hello, curling fans. Welcome back inside the Mattamy Athletic Center here in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Home Team Network's continuing coverage of this men's semifinal. Bruce Mouat against Brad Jacobs. It is the AMJ Players Championship. Winner moves on to the final of the season. And the loser gets to sing karaoke tonight when it's all over. John Cullen alongside Craig Saville. And Craig, that's a pretty good first half for Team Bruce Mouat, leading 3-1 with the hammer and in control of this game.
Yeah, I know, absolutely. Probably the ideal start to a game, getting 3, forcing Jacobs to 1 and a couple of blank ends, and really hasn't been in trouble at all this game. Certainly Jacobs needs to get some rocks in better positions early on and set up the ends. And knowing that you missed by just only a couple inches here, Team Mouat's going to make you pay. So a couple center guards going to go back up for Jacobs. Connor's got to make sure this one's on the center line this time, so there's no tick shot.
Mine's great.
And get some rocks in play, see what happens.
Mine's great.
Yeah, it's one of those things. If you're Brad Jacobs, you know, third end, fourth end, blanks are okay. You know, things didn't go our way, we'll let them blank. But you start to run out of time here now in the second half of the game. You kind of have to make things happen, take some risks.
Yeah, no, absolutely. You've got to force Bruce's hand right now, and you're just going to need some mistakes from them eventually. So you've got to start creating them with giving some tougher shots. And really, you know, besides the peel attempt or the blank attempt in 3, he hasn't had anything too challenging so far. So maybe making him draw against a couple to the button or a couple, you know, dicey hit and rolls. That's what he needs to create and get Bruce to be throwing.
So with the double center up for Team Jacobs, Mouat now electing to draw the wing. Little change in strategy here.
Yeah, you don't see these guys do this very often, but that rock in the top 8 is is quite possibly, changing their mind of where the second rock's going to go. Because you don't want to put another one on top of that red rock that's top 8, top 12, because that's just another guard for Jacobs. So now you see Jacobs, they think they've got 3 center guards here, so they're going to draw around, go back button, back 4. Really, anything in the sort of back of the house that's shot is good for them right now.
Yep.
Tyler Tardy filling in this week for Brett Gallant as he prepares for the World Mixed Doubles Championships coming up in Fredericton at the end of the month.
Hard line. Hard line, Con, you got it.
Got to draw around everything here. Connor Negevin trying to drag this, but this looks like it might have had the string pulled on it a little bit here. And indeed, that'll just click off. That's wrong time for that miss from Tyler Tardy.
Yeah, that was an important one to get in position here, because now they can just go up and start blasting away here. Now Jacobs almost suckered them into to hitting something in the house there. Jacobs really just wants to avoid them blasting anything out front right now and hitting the guards. But they didn't get sucked in, and they're going for this double peel right now.
Ooh, just missing it. Do roll for a corner guard, but yeah, they didn't go after that yellow. They thought about it at first.
Yeah, almost got sucked in. You know what I love that this team does that more teams need to be doing is those peel shots. They are spinning the rock, and that creates a lot of action on the shooter. Because that was almost a nose hit. That was just off nose, and most guys only roll their shooter a couple of feet. But as you see, that one almost went out. I mean, that's covering the 12-foot right now. So that's something that I think more teams should be practicing, being able to throw it hard with a spinner so that you can get that shooter off.
Always Cons rock.
A little extra here.
Going to replace that high guard.
Can be right off for line.
Looks maybe a hair deeper than they wanted. Just
good toss.
Oh, that's really good, right in the middle of that steam whistle logo.
Another good one, yeah.
Going this way.
That's what Lammy does too. I mean, he's so good at these. He makes the other team nervous because they know if they miss by half a rock, then they're going to have a double peel. So you're just sitting in the hack, and now you're like, this guard has to be absolutely perfect or our end's over. And when you tighten up, usually you don't make a shot. So just making a couple of these puts pressure on the other team, just them thinking about it.
Good shooting, guys. We do have room to bump and go low. That's what we're going to try to do with you.
Another attempt here, looks like double peel.
Yeah, you could get both guards or even get this yellow in the house if you don't get the guards. Ooh, you didn't want to get your own. That's unfortunate.
Missed it and spilled out the back.
Have to be a little careful.
Better than jamming back there, that's for sure.
And he makes this roll like we're really battling.
We play it now, I think.
I think we got to play it now.
Or you go just out turn to the button.
You can, it's just, yeah.
It's a little cat and mouse here game
shot,
of, when does Bruce switch gears and start hitting that and hit that one in the house? And this is why, Jacobs is switching the gears before Bruce can, and is throwing one in there, trying to sort of do a little tap back and roll behind the two guards.
Yeah, I think they're right. I think if you see they replace the center guard this time with only 3 rocks left for Jacobs, you do probably see them play that hit and roll.
Clean.
So I like this call. They're just playing back 8, trying to get inside off of this yellow stone.
Well,
create a little bit of separation.
Clean.
Get buried behind these guards.
Yep.
Whoa.
Yep.
Whoa, curl.
Whoa, curl.
Get it curling enough.
Good boy, Mark.
That's pretty good.
Pretty good, yeah. They wanted that top 4 one completely buried, which it's not. So Bruce can hit and roll, and he can lie second and third if he wants here.
Thanks, good sweeping.
It is funny, they always seem to talk about these sort of 2 shots, and I find they always then end up throwing the run back, which they end up making.
Yeah.
Think?
Well, we do have to consider this.
Let's just pretend we're going to play a different shot, and then we're going to play the run back.
Yeah, then we'll just throw the run back perfectly, no problem. Yeah.
And turn high or turn low?
So yeah, the two options there, hit that one that's biting the top 4 and roll to the wing, lie second and third, and there's a lonely yellow one in play. Or they can run that center guard back and try to get one of the yellows.
Think so.
Which I think they have decided on.
Run, hit real wide.
Yep. Does indeed. I think, Sav, you could probably get all 3 yellows if you hit this exactly right.
Maybe.
I think we missed that back yellow one, but I mean, no one will be wrong up here. And
yeah, I mean, we don't have the perfect angle looking at the sheet, so definitely possible. Either way, just get rid of 2 yellows is good for Grant Hardy.
Yep. Hard. Hard.
Don't want to run this right on the nose, though. Oh.
Told you.
You just do that perfect and lie buried.
Told you.
Yeah. 1-0 John up here, okay? If you guys are keeping score.
Great shot from Grant Hardy. I mean, I wasn't convinced it was possible, but
jeez,
yeah,
what a
awesome shot.
Again, I don't know why they talk about any other shot and then they do something like that.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, it even looked like Grant maybe got it started a little bit. Like he called hard on Hammy right out of the hand, but just they just know how to throw it.
Yeah, it was a great sweep by Hammy to keep that one locked in. So now Jacobs, the good news is for Jacobs is that red stayed buried, but there's only a quarter showing, so they can whip this around both of the reds to the back 4 back button area, and lie 1 buried. This one looks tight.
Yeah, this is really curling. Tyler Tardy trying to hold this one straight. This looks like it's all over the top red. Oh boy.
Not bad. Not bad.
Snuck through and ended up freezing the top 8 one.
They seem happy with it. I'm not as convinced.
It's the most I've ever seen a sheet in my life.
Just it's a little tricky because you just can't get rid of that yellow unless they run the red back.
Or just draw right. Icing off of like the first day where it's like, you come here, then pretty pronounced.
Okay, so would you like taking the red in? It's curling. Take the guard in.
Can you hear you?
So a few options here, and it's all related, them being up 2 with, is you can tap that red into the house.
The other way.
Split into the house, roll for a corner guard.
The bananas will like this.
Yeah.
They don't just chant peel, they do also chant banana split.
Do they do the splits too?
Do.
They chant, okay, well, they better focus here because
I don't know if they know it's coming, but
I'm watching them right now, and they're actually turning around. They're kind of lost. One guy's pulling up his pants, and
well, they were chatting to Glenn Howard, who was coming out for from the 4th end break, your old skipper. So we'll see if they get dialed here.
Get distracted.
Yeah,
okay.
Exactly.
Well, this is a good. I like this call. Opens things up and gets another one in the house, and all of a sudden the Jacobs is playing for the game here.
Yep. Well then,
Curl.
Got to get this on the rings here. Wow, great shot.
Yeah, that is absolute beauty.
Bananas sleeping on the job.
Wow. Just no reaction over there.
That's honestly sad.
Yeah, it's been a long week for those guys too.
That is true. They're grinding.
They could just be tired.
Yeah. That's a really good pair from Grant Hardy, though. That's always tough to do. You throw the gunner on your first one, and then you got to kind of slow it down and play a finesse shot on your second, and that's just perfectly made.
Now the problem with that shot now is Jacobs is coming around. He's going to go back button here. Same shot as Mark was throwing, and because those 2 rocks are staggered that are in the top 8, there's going to be no run back. So if he can get this one, I would say back button, enough curl that he can be buried. That'd be ideal.
Big shot here for Brad Jacobs, his first in the 5th. Trying to draw around the stagger here in the house.
Line's perfect.
Needs it back 4.
Hard line.
Line's good. Yep, hard line.
Starting to dive now. Tyler Tardy trying to hold this straight. Can you get it by? You can't click here.
Keep going. Stay with it. Stay with it.
They're really having a hard time with this turn. You could hear Mark and Brad talking about it after Mark's shot, that they really didn't trust that turn.
Oh, it looks like it's coming off the wall there.
Yeah.
They both got tricked with a little bit light and a little bit more curl than they think right now.
I was going to say lots of room out of your hand, actually.
Dude.
So yeah, you just hear them talking and said, you know, threw it great. It's just not enough ice and probably just a couple extra feet. So,
yeah, Brad even said he thought he threw a rocket, so tough situation here.
So interesting here now. You know, Bruce has option just probably nosing this one right now. He could nose, he could roll in a little bit and move that red out into the open as well, which would be a good shot. He's just trying not to set up a red double so Jacobs can lie 2.
Right there.
They also don't want to give him the same shot as well. To the back button, buried.
Might get one. Control.
Yep. You can go touch less if you want to have more control over the line. 10-5. Yep.
So go ahead.
Yeah, I think what they're doing is they're just, if they hit and just roll in kind of half a rock would be real good. And then, or if they roll a little bit harder, move that red one, and they kind of sliver, kind of go a little bit deeper, and they can maybe get to the top 4, sort of almost top button area, that would be good too.
I guess if you left us a shot on the yellow to make a double and then roll over there and lay 2, that would be a good shot.
So Bruce Mouat just a hit, maybe a inch roll inside.
Easy. Cool. Clean.
Cool.
Clean.
Cool.
Clean. Clean it straight. Whoa. Straight.
They don't want to roll too far here, just a smidge, and that's pretty much exactly what they wanted.
That was well managed.
Are we just trying to?
It's exactly what you said.
Yeah.
It's just this.
So there might be a triple here now.
Yeah,
actually,
there might be. Yeah.
That,
I think we're just making this double. Making this double.
I think they needed to hit and roll in a little bit further than that.
Can we ever throw the in?
So you can you hit on the center line side of that yellow. You hit that yellow into the 2 reds, and your shooter will roll over and get the 1 in the 12-footer. You don't even really have to make it over there. As long as it rolls over you can lie 2 here and spread out enough. There'd be no double.
About a thick half.
When Jacobs is on, these are his specialty. He slides pretty straight for
You threw one here in practice.
on the tour as well. One of the straighter guys as well, and when he's feeling it, he's seemed to be made out of his hand. See if I jinxed him though.
Big shot here for Brad Jacobs, has been trailing the whole time, trying not to give up another crooked number to Bruce Mouat, looking for a triple double at minimum. Final stone.
Whoa. Curl. Clean. Curl. 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 Curl.
Just like that. Great shot from Brad Jacobs. Crowd loves it.
There we go.
Unfortunately for Bruce Mouat, just didn't roll enough inside.
Great shot.
Set up that triple, and now it's a force. What a shot.
Yeah, that was a heck of a shot.
Yeah, that close to that.
And just like that, Bruce is going to have to draw the a piece of the 8-foot for 1 here.
Yeah, thanks. You too. Thanks. Yeah. Running triple. Slick as Russia.
A little tired of it.
So interesting that the Bruce has taken this the intern here, where both Mark and Brad kind of struggled with sort of the weight in the line. He's taking quite a bit less ice, which these Scottish team always does, because they're so in and out and spinning the rock. They always get less curl than most teams.
So final stone for Bruce Mouat, needs just full 8-foot for 1. Nothing yet from Hammy and Lammy.
Uh-oh.
Starting to curl now.
This needs to slow down.
14-1.
14-1, that sounds too heavy to me.
Oh, it should be fine. On that turn, no problem.
There it is.
Back 4, so well thrown by Bruce. Obviously learned from Brad Mark's shots in that same path, but a great triple by Brad Jacobs gets the force. Bruce Mouat leads 4-1, and we're going to see Jacobs with the hammer for the first time in about an hour when we come back.
Going undefeated through a national championship and being able to actually pull it off and win it is just an absolute dream come true.
Having 2 new junior players new to the team, Kibo and I really felt like our experience was what we had to bring out and share in that final day in Lethbridge. And drawing on our experience, we knew that 2 older guys on the team, we kind of had to remain calm and act as leaders, trying to basically share the excitement and the joy that I have for the game and the passion with younger people, older people, people starting. That, I would say, is the biggest thing that I want to take for myself and show others, is the love that I have for this sport.
Yeah, seeing Laurier continue to succeed and achieve amazing things is just so exciting. Whenever I check in and see how they're doing at U Sports and see them winning and succeeding, it's just so exciting. And I remember my time there so fondly, and I'm just so excited for the group that's there right now.
A 3 on the board, but Brad Jacobs making a fantastic triple to force him to 1. But still, Craig, not an amazing situation here for Brad Jacobs. 6th end. They almost certainly have to put 2 on the board here.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's time for double corner guards and see what happens. It's nice that they switched, so not having hammer wasn't really working for them with a couple of blanks and then finally a force. So good opportunity here, though, if they can get 2 or 3 here. Another force in 7, and then they just need 2 or 3 in the last end. So it's if you're kind of looking at it that way, it's looking a little easier. You just don't want to look at your opponent, because that's the hard part.
Yeah, totally.
You're playing the #1 in the world right now.
Yeah, unfortunately for Connor Negevin, that corner guard comes a little high, so I do wonder if we will see a double corner on that side of the sheet because of where that one ended up.
Yeah, and they like to play those the stacked corner guards, 1 high and 1 short. So I think they don't mind that one being up there, and they'll throw a short one right behind that one on their next one. Be interesting to see what Bruce does. He's going to go 3 in the house, or if he goes 2 in the house and a center guard here. That was nicely done. You want those 2 perfectly lined up in the house, and you can throw a guard on there, and you'll be covering both rocks. So nicely done by Hammy.
We are going to see the stacked corner here for Team Jacobs. Connor Negevin throwing the in-turn again.
So with this one, this is an important rock to be right behind the corner, the high corner. Because if it's not, then what teams will do is they'll chase the tight one, knowing that the long guard really is pretty useless. So they really need to have this one buried, and of course not the rinks too. It's ideal. And well done.
Good spot.
2 corners up for Team Jacobs. Bruce Mouat going to guard now. Winner of this game will move on to the men's final tomorrow at 4:30 p.m. Eastern, 1:30 p.m. Pacific. Women's final will go before that at noon Eastern. We'll have that for you here on Home Team Network.
Doesn't matter now. Yeah.
And I think with any of these teams, the 4 teams left, it's going to be a real battle tomorrow. It'll be exciting finish.
It's the top 4 teams in the world. We've got 1 playing 2 here, and in the other men's semi, it's number 3 Yannick Schwaller against number 4 Matt Dunstone. So,
and John, I know you are one of the smartest people out there that has researched absolutely everything and is so knowledgeable about the history of curling. When was the last time that a slam had the 1 to 4 in the semifinals?
Great question, and I don't. My research is not that involved.
Wow.
So I don't know.
I'm gonna say it must have never happened then. Let's go with it.
We'll go with never. We'll go with never. Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't happen too often, and even on the women's side, it's 4 of the top 5. Carrie Anderson, the only the only one of the top 4 seeds not in.
Yeah.
As Unjung Kim though is 5th. So you have Holman 1, Tiernzoni 2, Hasselborg 3, and Kim 5. I would say, Craig, it's probably more likely at the players where you have only the top 12 teams.
Sure.
But yeah, definitely doesn't happen. Usually you do see a team get on a hot run at a slam that's maybe you're not expecting. And yeah, I'll say probably never. That's a great shot there from Tyler Tardy to get that dead frozen.
Yeah, made the double and stayed perfectly frozen. You're not getting rid of that one anytime soon, especially with the rocks the way they are right now. And so, you know, as I predicted, they're going to go after the that tight guard that they can see a piece of, and I think they're going to try to whiz one down here and see if they can unlodge that yellow one that's frozen to the red in the top 12 foot right now.
Yes, I would imagine that's what they're doing here.
Yep.
Someone feel with this?
Right on the nose. It's good to throw this kind of a little bit harder, probably right on the nose.
Yep.
Again, not playing huge weight here.
Lean, lean.
And we'll miss the top situation.
Just got the single. Didn't miss it by very much. Surprised they didn't actually throw that with a little bit more weight. They must not be able to see it as much as they thought. So Brad's going to throw another corner guard here, knowing that that long corner guard's pretty useless. So they're going to try to whip one around and have it buried so they can keep that around, so they can use a corner guard a little bit later. Oh, and unfortunately, it looks like it picked in Tyler's hands here. So he spun it to get rid of whatever was under the rock and see if he can get in and play.
Yes, looks like it's only going to barely clear the hog line, and
that is
trying not to set up a double peel, but
all right.
Yeah, a little unlucky there for Tyler Tardy.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Almost ended up in an okay spot.
Yeah, so close, but the double peel is pretty easy, I think, for Grant Hardy here.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
That big cheer you heard was Rachel Holman dropping a 3-ball of knowledge on Unjung Kim, so that one is getting pretty close to lights out in Twinkletown, as my esteemed colleague Brent Lang would say. 6-1, Rachel Holman leading. And Anna Hasselborg made a great shot with her last one to salvage one in the 5th. They're tied 3-3, her and Silvana Tiernzoni.
Guard, and then we're probably trying to hit and roll away on Brad's. And
let's see if Grant can get both of these yellows gone and lose the shooter here. Ooh,
oh, wow.
Just gets one. But that's okay. He left a high guard.
Or it's a biter.
The important part was getting rid of one of them anyways. And so
but let's get nice and tight.
Gonna get Mark to throw another tight guard around here. Sure, Mark yelled at his new front end to make sure the path is clean so they don't get another pick here.
Yeah.
Might have been a hog line violation there, John. Do we have anybody out on the
I don't know.
hog line right now?
Mark did say that is his biggest curling ick.
Line's good.
That he goes over the hog line?
No,
or
that other people do.
Oh, that other people, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah,
never
I don't
him.
know.
Good.
If you're in glass curling houses, maybe you shouldn't throw stones, I guess. Sure. I don't know.
Well, either way, good shot by Mark. I think is that one buried?
Good
Might be able to see a piece again.
You can see a piece, yep.
Yeah. Just not finished. Again, it looks like it's good, and then it just stops curling on them each time. It looks like it's hits a hill there and just won't go up it anymore.
Give you guys 2 feet more, and we try to get a biter out of it. It's not an easy shake.
So another attempt here just to peel. If they get super lucky, get the stuff in the house too. Just the one peel there.
And you know the Banana Boys love that.
Yeah.
Peel made. Mark Kennedy going to come down for a chat. Jacobs with like a record amount of time on the clock here. They're working with 13 minutes, so they got some time.
If I gave you a couple more feet away.
I was talking to the Banana Boys yesterday, and they said it's more exhausting being a banana than it is a curler because they're getting up and down so much during the game.
Yeah.
So I think they're going to sleep well after this weekend. Their legs are going to be burning.
Make them play the out.
I'm just wondering if we can overcurl it the way that those aren't curling.
I actually think you can.
Okay.
You actually can. I think you can. But you're right, because the chase is tough.
Freeze is out of the question. Maybe on your first.
What? Yeah, I see. We just can't give him this.
Well, I'm just throwing for a biter, and if I'm tight, I'm tight.
So, discussions on if should they throw another, try to throw another corner. They're just worried that it's just not finishing and worrying about actually if they do make it, then trying to come around it afterwards if they can even get around one. So I think they're tight guard, or if they just slip into the top 12, as long as they don't set up a yellow double. So this can't be any deeper than biting top 12.
Clean.
Line's good.
How's the weight?
Stick close, Ty. It's going to curl enough.
How deep are we, realistically? Yeah, go ahead.
Tell me realistically.
Okay.
Realistically, how deep are we?
Don't lie to me, guys.
Yeah.
That's, I think, the nice way of Brad saying that. Come on. That's the first time I've heard it.
Guys, be honest with me. How deep are we? You can tell me.
Oh, God.
You don't have to tell Mark. You can tell me. I'll keep it a secret.
Yeah. It's just between me and you. There's no one else listening right now. Oh, geez. We got to remember that one.
That was really good.
That's good.
Yeah.
So anyways, after all of that, I think they brought it further enough that there's no double, but it'll be a skinny yellow double. Really skinny.
12.
So it looks like Bruce is just going to come down here, probably with just through weight and tap that yellow back and try to lie 2 here. So I think Lammy's going to get some work here carving this bad boy.
Yeah, it's not a super easy chase.
So anybody who's trying to learn how to curl, I would say be like Hammy, but don't do, or Lammy, but don't do what he's doing.
His sweeping stroke is crazy.
His elbow is, we call it the chicken wing, and we say do not do that, but he's the only person in the entire world that somehow makes it work.
Yeah.
Watch that top elbow, it's mesmerizing.
It's crazy. Gotta get by this corner.
Oh, just got by.
Just by. Now can you roll behind the pile too?
Wow, that's incredible. What a shot. What a great shot. And that's just how hard that is going to the wing there. They just got by a guard that's just over center line. Typically you have to keep going for line. And you would overroll, and they barely got to a third of a rock.
Yeah, very straight to the wings. Well managed by Hammy and Lammy.
Yeah,
Mouat lying 2 here.
Be a little fresh. Hasn't been thrown in a while. Trust it.
Real trouble now with Brad. He's going to now have to come down and try to freeze on this back 8 rock here. He welds it on. Then Mouat's going to have to come down and try to nose freeze to it. Stay frozen.
You'll have to be very precise. Make this on the nose.
Good news for Mouat, the 3 is probably out of question right now.
Oh yeah, certainly. Yeah, I think this is going to be a slog for Jacobs to get 2 here.
Absolutely.
First rock for Brad Jacobs, 6th end. Down 3, trying to get something going here.
Hard line.
This looks like they really got to keep it straight here. Tyler Tardy trying to sweep it.
Hard line. You got to stay on the nose.
Trying to freeze this back red.
Hard line.
I don't think this is going to stay on the nose, unfortunately.
I don't think so either. He didn't like it early.
Yeah, I don't know if he got it started or didn't quite get out to the broom, but yeah, Mark Kennedy calling Tyler Tardy on right away and just never really got close with it.
Thin half.
Weight was good again.
Weight was good again, yeah. Now, Bruce just got to be a little careful here. He's just got to get rid of that yellow rock and make sure he doesn't touch his own red back there. Because if he spills both of those out that are in the back 8 foot and rolls out, then Jacobs will have a nose hit for 2. But if he removes the yellow and keeps that red in play, then Jacobs will be forced to a 1.
I like this, Grant.
You know, you could just play this. Yeah. You okay with that?
Yeah, just discussing right now what kind of weight you want to throw at this. There's a couple ways you could whip it down there and just pick the yellow out, but again, you don't want to come anywhere close to that red. Or you could, hit 3/4 of it and just roll to the 8 foot and keep your shooter around and maybe lose both, and that's fine. The key here is for Bruce just lying 2 after he's done shooting.
Last rock here for Bruce Mouat. Just needs to make this yellow disappear, and it will be very hard for Brad Jacobs to score 2. I'd say impossible, in fact.
That's definitely a good word for that, yeah.
Hard!
Let it go.
Hard, Tommy. Whoa, whoa,
Makes it and sticks around to lie 3.
Well managed there.
Yeah.
And force Jacobs to draw the 4 foot for 1.
Yeah, it's just been Mouat in control here. You just really haven't seen Brad Jacobs being in the driver's seat in any of these ends. He's going to need a little better than full 8 here. Brad Jacobs, score 1.
Great with the slams, having the people right in the back there, nice and close in the lounge. Jackpot City Lounge?
The Jackpot City Lounge getting a great look at this Brad Jacobs slide. His final stone here needs a little better than 8 foot, down 3, drawing against 3.
Line.
Hard line. Line's good.
Yep.
Line. Line's good. Line's good.
Hard.
Yep. Line's good. Line's good. You're right.
Sweepers like it.
Well managed.
Brad will like it. So they will put another 1 on the board, but Bruce Mouat will have a 2-point lead and the hammer heading into 7. Don't go anywhere.
Sorry about my first one.
What do you play for?
I play.
Female athletes have a 40% higher chance of graduating from university. 94% of women in executive level positions participated in sports. 80% of girls who play sports report they have a higher self-confidence, self-esteem, and a more positive body image.
I play for me.
It's been all Mouat all the time here in this men's semifinal. They now have a bit of a stranglehold here. There's only 2 ends to play. They're up 2 with hammer in a great spot up against Brad Jacobs. Been a good run here for Jacobs with the 2 spares this week. Connor Negevin filling in for Ben Hebert, Tyler Tardy filling in for Brett Gallant, but the magic may be coming to an end here, Sav, as I think pretty much any score from Bruce Mouat in this end or a blank probably means curtains for Brad Jacobs.
Yeah, it's been one team show this whole game right now. Jacobs hasn't been able to put any pressure on Mouat, and when they have, Mouat's played played great. I think he might be at 100% right now. I'm not. I don't know. I'm not a stats guy.
It's up there. I mean, I can take a look.
Can you? Because
the Grand Slam of Curling app does have the all the stats you're looking for.
It's got to be real close to that. I don't see him missing very much. Him and Grant as well.
All right, so we have. I mean, this is crazy. We've got Hammy at 96, Bobby at 96, Grant at 94, Bruce at 96.
Okay.
So, but we do have Mark Kennedy throwing a 100.
Mark Kennedy 100.
According to the stats. I don't know.
We might have to revisit the stats.
I don't know about that. I can immediately one shot jumps into my mind that I would not have given a 4 out of 4.
Yeah, absolutely. Maybe
At least one.
My dad might be doing the stats. He's always generous.
That's good. That's
nice. With me, maybe he was just trying to pump my ego. But yeah, that's the full strange. Well, double centers. As we predicted, and Hammy's going to go throw 2 in the top 4.
Still there.
And then start blasting away.
Yeah.
They're just going to try to open up that forefoot for their skipper, just in case they get in trouble. But yeah, ideally a blank or in this end for them.
Great shot from Hammy McMillan.
Half a rock that one.
As we said, will be one of the All-Stars in Nashville next week at the first ever Grand Slam of Curling All-Star game. And we talked about this earlier, Sav. Never a good feeling when the kids start lining up for post-game autographs. That's the death knell is starting to sound here for Team Brad Jacobs. That's how you know.
Yeah. Wow. Smart kids here.
Yeah.
They might be also lining up for Homan too.
Yes, that's probably more realistic.
Is pretty close to being over as well over there.
I think that's probably more accurate, but still fun to think about all the same.
Well, absolutely. I wonder if the players are knowing that. Do they know that once the kids are lining up that they think they're about to get...
Could be.
About to lose?
Could be, yeah.
So yeah, like
a lot of head games out there.
Like back 12.
Absolutely. Yeah. Maybe these are actually hired. Maybe these children are hired by Team Mouat. Hey, just in the 7th end, if we're in the lead, come down, start to get ready for autographs.
That might be it. That's smart. That's brilliant. I like it.
Yeah, it's a great strategy.
Just like having a couple of people in the stands to boo and hiss and cheer for the other. Like, I can't believe these guys with some money that they don't hire a couple people. Like,
I think so.
Hey, give me $10. I'll go in the stand and do that. I'm cheap.
Sav will work for cheap. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Go ahead, Mark. Yours, Connor. Yours. Go ahead.
So playing a freeze here on Tyler Tardy's first.
Yeah, I want to try to tap this back. If ideally, try to get some rocks in the back 4.
It's pretty good, but here comes the peel train.
Yeah, not bad, but
there's a bit of an angle here that Bobby can chase the double peel too here, I think.
Good throw, man. Well, out of your hand it was.
Shockingly, he's been really close in all of these.
Clean, clean.
Okay.
That just looks like they were trying for the single.
Yeah, or maybe he missed it out of his hand. He looked a little tight on that one.
Could be, yeah, could be.
Bruce did the audible and saved his sweepers there off the bat.
High one for now.
They don't need to get any trouble either. They can just be single peels right now.
Yeah, exactly. No sense in going too crazy.
There is that opportunity too. You could have nosed it onto the 2 reds.
Line's good.
And had it all lined up and have 2 buried as well.
Line's good.
I mean, that's real unlucky, but maybe that was in the back of their head.
Little extra rotation. Sit. Single this time yet.
Well, Tyler was really good at that second high one. Have you noticed that? He's making those every time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Just trying to get to the nose of this. Tap that. Have the yellow go that.
He's really been solid on his backwards hat too. He's I've been watching him.
Very dialed into the hat switch.
That might be because of our talk last night. But I will take credit for it.
Might be, yeah. He probably knew you were in the building tonight, so
right. Yeah.
Not yet. Is it this is your first one? Yeah.
That makes a lot more sense. I feel like we have lots of work to do.
Yeah, you heard Mark say, I feel like we have lots of work to do, and I kind of feel the same way. Just where those reds are, they're in such a great position.
He's thinking of a play on
they're a couple shots away still from getting shot rock.
Let's get a good one here.
I think they're coming down.
Line's good. Just over, line's good.
Yeah, they're going
Go ahead,
to waste one more.
Looks like you got to go.
One more high one, and then on marks they will they'll play in the house and try to tap those red ones back. Hoping for a mistake. They got to get this over though.
Oh boy,
that is an end killer right there.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate for Mark Kennedy. Hogs that guard, and now this is full control here for Team Mouat.
Oh, no, your fault.
Yeah, that's a killer. I wonder if that one grabbed too or something, because they weren't very concerned. They weren't really sweeping that rock most of the way down, and then it just stopped and didn't go over the hog line. So I think that must have grabbed something.
Oh, Brad, how are we getting?
Well, dire straits now for Jacobs here. They need an open flash, maybe a couple, to generate anything this end.
Yeah, they're in tough here.
So looks like another center guard here.
Clean.
Line's good.
So another guard here for Mark Kennedy.
Curl tie. Yep, curl.
Keep going.
Okay, pretty good.
This is the old guard and hope situation.
Sorry.
Steal of a couple.
Yeah.
Big steal of 2 for Team Schwaller.
Another peel here.
Off.
Now Brad's going to have to move those red ones around and try to create a pocket in the back. Now if he can...
Try to stay in front of him.
A couple options. He's got to try to move those reds back, but he also at the same time... Oh, the peel, the bananas going after it again. They're just loving this end, eh?
Yeah, it's been a great end for them.
Yeah, real good.
I think they're going to get some more peels in the Schwaller-Dunstone game too, as Matt Dunstone just gave up a steal of 2 in the 6th end.
I was thinking 10.5.
So Yannick Schwaller leading that one 6-3. So the Banana Boys are going to be up and down.
This is a big draw for them.
Yeah,
big draw.
Big draw for the Banana Boys.
Well, I was thinking
He's going to do this.
And speaking of big 6th ends, Silvana Tirinzoni picking up 3 in the 6th.
Well, not if we try to hook these top 2, right?
So she is now leading that one at 6-3. Hasselborg with the hammer in 6.
Wouldn't that be nice? Tirinzoni home in final tomorrow.
Exactly. We could get actually like 2 world final rematches.
Looks like it right now.
Schwaller and Mouat, Tirinzoni Homan.
Yeah,
how lucky are we here with the players?
Whatever this one does.
Wow, that is exciting. Go up against the Masters too. I think the Masters
could be in some trouble.
Viewership is going to be in trouble.
Could be in some trouble.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you're thinking leave the 2 like half buried.
So the problem is right now is with all these rocks grouped, Jacobs has got to move those 2 red ones back, and they have to somehow not give up a double on those yellows.
Well, but he won't be able to, is what Connor's saying. Well, you're keeping the 2 a little bit buried. You're just bumping it to here.
Oh, I see.
So yeah, as they said, they could bump that yellow one back a little bit and try to create a little pocket and try to save 1 yellow, and then you can get rid of the 2 reds in the next shot and try to lie 2. Doesn't look like the greatest steal situation right now, but if they can at least lie. Ideal situation at the end here is trying to lie 2
how far are we topping that, Mark? Like 6
after
inches?
Jacobs is throwing, so then they're forcing Mouat into taking 1 and then being down 3 with.
Top that yellow about a foot, right?
So they're gonna tap this yellow on the nose or just slightly low, create a pocket so that hopefully Bruce can only get rid of 1 of the yellows.
He attended the Briar in Kelowna, the World Men's Championship in Moose Jaw, and now...
So this is a very tough shot to set up not even a really great situation.
No, yeah, that's it. Well said. Yeah, really tough shot for still not a good situation.
Yeah. Brad Jacobs here, his first.
life, love your ears. Thank you so much.
Curl. Curl.
Just really got to get this working over.
Yeah, they were trying to get to the inside of that.
Not bad at all. Might be better.
Well, that's okay.
They're saying, yeah, Mark's saying might be better. Might be better than what we called.
You can only get rid of one of the yells right now.
Go wider and get to the same spot. Yeah.
Unless I guess they do a tick on the yellows. They tick the first one and get the second one on the way by as well.
So Bruce Mouat going to call a timeout. I don't know if Michael Goodfellow will come out to discuss it with them. Does look like he is going to make his way down now.
He's been with them for years.
Yeah, former world champ.
So ideally, where are you rolling it to, boys? Like,
I thought for a while there I was the best shape international coach out there, but then I see him in the gym every day, and yeah, he's still got me. So Bruce, really what they're trying to do here is make sure there's no steal opportunity, which it really doesn't look like there is. But having opportunity, they don't want to take one as well. They'd rather take two. Being 3 up without, still a good situation, but with the 5-rock rule, there's always a chance at a 3. So they could hit this, the top yellow one and roll over, kind of in front of that mess right now. I think would work, or you could roll way over as well. Might set up a triple.
Edge of 4 over here. And then he'll,
2/3.
He'll have a double on his last.
You can.
Yeah, if he rolls over anywhere kind of in front or just past that that red one on the right, if we ever, the way I'm looking at it, but you guys can't see right now. The one on the center line. And there shouldn't be a triple anyways.
First rock, Bruce Mouat. Not playing a ton of weight at this. Just trying to pick this top yellow off. Roll into the 8-foot.
Hard, Bob. You really gotta go. Really gotta go.
Don't want to disturb those rocks in the 4-foot too much. I think that's pretty good.
Okay.
Interesting.
Their shot.
Interesting is right. I think that's really good. Jacob's using his second timeout.
I think this is his first,
actually. It's his first? Oh, yeah, that was...
first timeout. No coach on the bench for Jacobs. This is just a chat. We'll take a listen here.
Do they get to phone in their coach?
Yeah, just hit roll over to the side there.
Gonna just squirt.
Yeah, I could FaceTime Webby and run down with Webby on FaceTime.
They actually, the Worlds, they didn't have a coach going down there at all. They it just gave the 4 of them. I mean, the experience the 4 of them have. I'm not sure what coach is going to come out and think of something that they haven't thought of. So they just use timeouts just more for the time than having someone come out and help them out with some strategy.
I think 2/3 might just give him this back. Like, where do we want the shooter to get to?
You want to bite the 4 over there.
So Jacob's got to try to figure out something where the's not going to give up a double. And I think if he rolls to the edge of the 4. I think he might be okay. He will move that yellow over a little bit too. Maybe brush it by. You just roll to the edge of the 4. Should be okay.
We hit a thick half here. Might force him into something a little tougher for one.
Brad.
The one thing is they might.
It's 11.
Sure. Sounds good.
Bruce might have like that a play on his red that's top 8 right now. That's like a 1.5, 2 foot run back double. If you want to take it on, which you probably won't be being 2 up. I'm guessing he's going to take the an easy single at this point.
Yep. Whoa. Clean.
Last rock for Brad Jacobs, trying to keep his narrow hopes alive here.
Curl a mile.
You don't like to hear curl a mile.
Gotta stick around though. Gotta stick around. Whoops, that is third
just
shot.
rolled too far, so it's just a simple tap up here for Bruce Mouat for 3. Or sorry, 2 rather. And you might even get it for 3 if you roll your shooter on, but you don't have to if you're Bruce Mouat.
No.
2 here will be enough to elicit handshakes. Mark Kennedy already preparing his right hand for such a task.
Sometimes players try to do that just to jinx the other team too. There's a lot of things going on right now.
Oh yeah, I used to love the skips that would start packing up the broom bag. That was a good one.
The leads, maybe. I don't think the skips ever did
lead,
that.
Sorry,
but
lead.
yes.
Yes. Yeah,
but yeah,
that
absolutely.
move.
That's a good move. I've done that one before and then unpacked it afterwards.
Yes, exactly.
I got it, guys.
Yeah. So here we go. Bruce Mouat, final stone of the 7th, maybe the final stone of the game. Just needs to make a short 2-foot run back.
Whoa. Whoa, Carl. Play.
And he was never going to make a mistake on that.
Never.
So it will be 2 for Bruce Mouat, and indeed, that will be handshakes. So the world #1 will be looking to win his 4th slam of the season, and that would be a record, Craig Saville.
Okay,
so
there you go.
It's history at stake. The world champs will be heading off to tomorrow's men's final. Women's finals still yet to be decided, looking like Rachel Homan and Silvana Tiranzoni, but those games are still going here on Home Team Network. But that's when we will be back with you tomorrow, noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific, for that women's final. You won't want to miss it. For everyone here at Home Team Network, for Craig Saville, I've been John Cullen. Thanks for tuning in. Good night.
Mike, in. Good luck. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, thanks for joining us, boys. Appreciate it.